Hello and welcome to this new YouTube video here on my channel. Today I'm shooting more in the evening. You can see the sun is about to set because I would like to try how it looks like in these light conditions. So it isn't that warm anymore, but it isn't cloudy, and today was a really lovely day. And today I would like to compare how my smartphone, which is a Galaxy Note 8, compares to my 750D, which is my DSLR. The 750D was released around 2015, and the Galaxy Note 8 was released mid to end of 2017. So I'm going to put them both on a tripod and then put my DSLR on automatic, everything automatic, and also my phone, disabling the HDR mode. My DSLR also going to put it onto JPEG, so it's going to be more of an apples to apples comparison, even if it's still a big gap between the two devices. So here you can see it's a pretty nice day today. So I'm thinking I'm gonna set my phone there where the sun is still shining, because otherwise it's going to be in the shadow. But I don't think it's going to affect the phone's picture qualities by that much, because even if they are not going to replace DSLRs, phones have become a long way since the flip phone or in the early smartphone days. Now OEMs enhance those phones so much that I think they are going to replacing already the budget point and shoot. For all of my audience that had a flip phone and took pictures with it, you can see it's night and day compared to a modern smartphone. There's nothing to be compared with. So now I think I'm going to set my phone by that tree or something like that. And write in the comments, how do you like this more rambling and more chilled out videos? Do you like them, or do you like more something educational and there's less talking in it? So I'm going to go over there, and I hope you're also seeing some improvements in the picture quality, because I upgraded the camera. I'm no longer shooting on my phone. Now I'm shooting on a Canon M50 Mark II. So, but I still have the kit lens on it. But you can see here, you have my shadow here. I'm wearing a straw hat today. I was feeling that to wear that. So maybe you're going to see it in the reflection of my phone or the camera itself. So over there is going to be a good spot. I think I'm going to try to put the sun in the side or something like that, and I'm going to put them on the screen, and then you guess which one is the phone and which one is the camera. So I'm gonna then maybe open them on my computer, and then we're going to compare both shots from the camera and the phone. But I'm not going to go so deep pixel peeking or something like that, because it's sure that the DSLR is going to make better detailed shots. But if we don't pixel peek, I'm sure on some shots we're not going to see a difference. So we're almost at the spot that I like. Maybe over here with that landscape, with that hay balls over there. Like, can you see them there? And there you go. Today I just wanted to shoot them at evening. I would like to see how the video turns out. So there we go. I think we are there. I really like this spot over here. So I'm still amazed how far phones have become in photography. If you take a look at the iPhone 12, at some Huawei phones, yes, it's a forbidden fruit in the US, but they're still amazing camera phones. And some others like the S21 Ultra and all the phones that came out in the recent years. It's amazing how far they've become since the flip phone, how good the cameras have become. So now I'm going to set everything up and I'm going to take the camera back. See you then. So here I set up my phone, which is here, and my DSLR, which is here. The DSLR has been set to auto. I'm going to flip the screen so you can see, and it's on program automatic. I'm going to put it on 18 millimeters, so it's as wide as it can get. And I turned off RAW because it should be more of a fair comparison. And over here on the phone I turned off HDR, so it's not making more than one shot to get a better dynamic range, so we are going to be able to compare it more easily. So here you can see that the sun is really nice just over the hill there. I put the hat back on and there you go. We're going to shoot the first shot now on the DSLR. Up. Here's how it turned out. That's the settings the DSLR chose. So now let's go over to the phone and make a shot here. Up. There you go. And here's the shot the phone made. And it's complaining because it doesn't have enough space anymore. And then go here, the details. f1.7, that's the lens. 1 and 1488 of a second, and a focal length of 4.30 millimeters and ISO 40. As you can see, the phone did much better here. There's way more details in the grass than on the DSLR shot. So that's 1-0 for the phone. So now let's move a bit over that we have the sun in it to see how the sensors are going to perform when you have a high contrast subject. So I'm going to put it over here, turn it that way so they're leveled. Now I'm going to turn on the camera again. There you go. And now I'm going to shoot a shot with the Note. And now I'm going to shoot a shot on the DSLR. There we go. Here we have the shot from the DSLR. And here we have the shot from the Note. Here we can see the same results. The phone has way more details in the shadows. There are some lens flares, but those can be removed in post. So that's 2-0 for the phone. I shot some pictures earlier on and I could put them into the screen. You can see when it's really bright how they compare. The phone's picture looks a bit sharper, but the DSLR shot looks more natural and has a bit more detail. Samsung always had vivid colors that pop. I would give this point to the DSLR, but it was really close, so that's 2-1. Now let's shoot a picture where there's less dynamic range. So I'm going to put it here, focus, and now I'm going to make the shot. That's nice. Now I'm going to do the same on the phone. Put it here. And now make the shot. The flickering is normal because that's an OLED screen and this one isn't. When you're comparing the two shots, you can see that the one made by the phone is a bit darker, but the sky is not blown out compared to the one from the DSLR. If I didn't know which one was which, I would choose the more balanced one. So that's 3-1 for the phone. So now I set my phone and the camera away from the sun, so you can see there's a better dynamic range on the picture. So now let me do the picture on the phone and now on the DSLR. That's how the picture turns out on the phone, and here's how it turned out on the DSLR. Actually, if you look them, they look pretty similar if you don't pixel peek. You can see that the phone's picture has a better dynamic range. The trees are brighter and have way more details. The sky is brighter, but that's not a bad thing. So here again I have to give the point to the phone. So that's 4-1 for the phone. So now I'm going to wait until it gets dark. For you it's going to be a few seconds, and as you can see the sun is setting over here. So then we can shoot at night and see how the pictures turn out. See you then. As you can see now, it's pretty dark outside. The camera which I'm recording on is on ISO 5000 and f3.5, so it's pretty dark. So now I'm on my phone, so I think the DSLR now can play out its advantage of the bigger sensor. So let's make the first picture. There we go. And now let's make a picture on the DSLR. I'm going to put both pictures on the screen, and you could guess which one is from the phone and which one is from the DSLR. Here the DSLR's picture is brighter, but the detail difference is not that visible when you're not pixel peeking. But when you do, the DSLR shot is a bit sharper. They have around the same noise in the picture, but I'm giving this one to the DSLR, even if it was pretty close. So that's 4-2. After I finished shooting the video, I've got another idea. I'm going to do the same shot on Pro mode on the phone, that's manual mode, and manual mode on the DSLR with exactly the same settings. Only the aperture is going to be different because the phone can't change its aperture and I don't have an f1.7 lens. So let's do the long exposure on the phone and start it on the DSLR if it can find some focus. I turned on manual focus. There's where the smartphone is way ahead, because as you can see with the when you see the yellow squares, the autofocus of the phone has found something to focus on, but the DSLR's autofocus passed out. It didn't focus anymore, so I had to turn on manual focus. So I'm going to make a long exposure with that too, and then we're going to see how it's going to look like on the phone and on the DSLR. So now it's going to take a bit. This is how the DSLR's long exposure looks like, and this is how my phone's long exposure looks like. On this picture, the DSLR wins with flying colors. There's not even a need to put them side by side. The DSLR shot is better in every way. There are way more details and not all those weird looking colors. So the final verdict is that the auto mode isn't as good on the DSLR as on the Galaxy Note 8. The new ones are even better. It has way more power to process all this data, but when you're doing long exposures, the DSLR just takes the cake. The final score is 4-3. I hope you really like this pretty long video here on my channel, I would be grateful if you would smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe. And see you in another one.